Good afternoon, everybody. Welcome, welcome. Hey, guys. Hi, everybody. Can you all hear me okay? Give me some thumbs up if you guys can hear me okay. Is my sound good? Thumbs up. Hello. How are
Hello.
you?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm doing good. I wanted to wait a little bit longer just to get a couple more people in.
Okay.
But thank you for joining us today, Crystal. We are so excited to talk to you, to get to know you a little bit.
Yes, I'm so excited to be here. Thank you all so much for having me.
Of course. So before we get into everything, are you in DC right now? Are you in the snow with all of
Yes,
us?
I am here in the snow with everyone. Yes, hoping to stay warm. So I hope everyone's staying warm and safe if you're out there watching this.
Yes, absolutely. Yeah. I didn't think that it was going to be because I think we had a little snow scare last week, I believe.
Yeah.
And so yeah, I was like, I don't know, is it really gonna snow this time? And it showed up. It showed up and showed out.
And showed up quick too. When it started coming, it
Oh
came.
my
Like,
goodness. It's crazy.
yes.
Okay, well, I will just go ahead and jump right into it. If you're just now getting here, welcome, welcome. My name is Jaynel, and I'm a media correspondent with DC Now Events. And here our small biz takeover today is with none other than Miss Black DC USA, Crystal. Am I saying your last name right? Crowell?
Crowell.
Crowell.
Yes.
Okay. Miss Crystal Crowell is here with us, and we are so honored and appreciative that you took a little bit of time out of your day today with us. So thank you.
And I'm so honored for you guys to have me, and I'm so excited to be here this evening.
Yay. Okay, so well let's just go ahead and just jump right in. Guys, also we'll take a couple questions if we have time. So if you do have some questions for Crystal, you guys can go ahead and send them over to me. Just drop them in the chat or send them through the direct question box. But our first question today is let's just start with your journey. So what inspired you to compete for the title? Can you give us a little bit of backstory on that, on how that came about?
Yeah, so I mean, I kind of got started with pageants some years ago, right after I finished grad
Okay.
school, and it was the year later, and I was kind of like, what's next? I'd had this whole 5 year, 10-year plan. Then I got here, and I'm like, well, now what I'm gonna do? And I was on an Instagram scroll, like every good idea starts. And I saw someone talk about something with the pageant, and I was like, I always said I wanted to do pageants. And
Right.
then I was like, well, why not? Let's go for it. And I really fell in love, and I fell in love with the advocacy and the service. And I'd always been very like heavily service involved individual. So this opened up a new opportunity. And that's made me so excited to compete for the title. Last November was the opportunity to serve DC in a bigger and different way and in a more in-depth way. And so I'm really so just excited and blessed to be graced with this
It,
opportunity.
is it like nervous on stage? Like all those people, they're judging you. Like, give us a little insight because I feel like that's scary.
It is scary. Yeah, it is scary. I think it's sort of this familiar like wave of like, I'm scared, I'm not scared, I'm scared. And then right before I'm like, why did I ever sign up to do this? Like, I could just actually go home and never get on this stage
Right.
right now.
So, how do you think that this experience has shaped you so far as a person? Just your age growing up, like how do you think that that is shaping you as a person right now, having this title?
Yeah, I mean, it's really helped shape my advocacy. It's helped expand my worldview. It's helped expand what I could do as a person and sort of impact that I could make and how I viewed myself, and how I viewed myself being able to make an impact on others. When I started out, I was already a social
Okay.
worker, so I was already pretty familiar with like working with the community and working with people, but I kind of always saw myself as like just a social worker. And then pageantry really opened the opportunity to see the skill set as being able to do more than social work or be able to put social work in different innovative ways. And it really allowed me to play around with my creativity. So that's been really the most fun part.
Absolutely. Wow, great. And if you guys are just now tuning in again, we're here with Crystal Crowell, our DC Black USA pageant title holder as of right now, and we are so honored and we're appreciative for her taking a little bit of time out of her evening to just chit chat with us. So thank you again. And moving on, pageants often go beyond the crown. So, what are unexpected lessons you've learned about yourself through this journey? Things that you just didn't think that you would have to encounter? Just anything like that.
Yeah, I think I really learned how much a small interaction can have such a big difference. I think even with the crown, sometimes I'm like, I'm not really anyone special. I just show up. This is fun for me. I really enjoy being out in the
Yeah,
community. But then being able to light up other people and see the
absolutely.
impact, and when people like want to take pictures of me to send with other people, I think that's always like the most fun, cool part. I never thought I would expect to be like, I want to send a picture of you to my daughter. So
That's fun. That does sound great. That sounds fun. That's cool. And then also probably like maybe people like stopping you. Like, has that happened where people are like, "Oh, are you Miss Black DC USA?" Like, has that happened to you yet? Or
yeah, I have, or I've seen if people like see that I'm a title holder, they'll be like, "Oh, well, I saw, especially like the girl the year before, at this event. Like, was that
uh-huh.
you?" Da 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 da. So, I've definitely had those experiences. So it's been super cool.
That's great. So before we dive in, let's just have a little bit of fun. If you had to describe your reign as Miss Black DC USA in 3 words, what are three just words that you can give us?
Mm. Fun,
Fun. Okay.
curated, chaos, maybe. But I'm just like a little bit of like a behind the scenes chaotic person, so that's just like a me wherever I go. That's coming with me.
I love it. I love it. So you're not just representing a title, you're also representing a mission. How do you use your platform to connect with local communities, give back to the DC community, anything like
Yeah.
that?
Yeah, so my platform is Resilience Through Reading. So it's using literacy as a tool for healing and as a way to promote as a social driver of health to promote economic and health equality for children. And so with that, I partner with Reading Partners DC, and I serve as an ambassador for them. And I'm also a tutor as well.
Oh,
So I
wow.
get to go and I get to tutor some kiddos, and that's always super fun. And then I also get to inspire other people to come sign on up and come on as volunteers, as tutors, to give back to child literacy. Right now in DC, 2 out of 3 children are reading below grade level. So it's a very critical issue right here in the district. And so I'm just so blessed that I have the opportunity to be able to work so hands on with something that's such a big need in the community.
Yeah, and I would say, so my background, I did a little bit of teaching and childcare, early
Mm.
childhood education type of thing. And you never think that you're making an impact until you really have that moment with that child where it's like, wow. So,
Yeah.
it's like the foundation to education is like those, elementary, childcare, like all of those things. So I kind of have a little bond with you on
Yeah.
that.
That is, I actually work for like a national early childhood care organization, so I completely get
Yeah,
what you're saying. Yes, that young child age is so
it's
critical. And
so
so,
critical. Yeah. I'm trying to keep up with the comments. I'm not sure if, okay, we'll get to those. I have some questions for you later that people are dropping in the question box. We will get to those in a little bit, guys. Thank you guys for joining us. And we have a couple more other questions. So, community impact can take many forms. Are there any specific initiatives, like literacy programs or mentorships that you currently are involved in, or are very, very passionate about, anything like that?
well, yeah, like I share with Reading Partners, I'm super
I
passionate about my work with them,
see
and
that. Yes.
yeah, and my ambassadorship with them, and I'm serving as a tutor. And so I'm also, really excited about any book drives, though. I am like a bookworm. If you were to see my desk right now, it's literally, this phone is surrounded by books. And so I'm always out in the city, like at a book drive, toy drive. December, I feel like I was at a toy drive like every other day. And so those things I'm always so passionate about. I think as a social worker who specializes in children and families, I love working with youth because, like you said, it's just such an opportunity to make such an impact at such a critical juncture. And so that's where I'll be spending a lot of my time during my reign.
Sounds great. Sounds great. Tutor mathematics. Okay, great. Wow, we see you out there. I see all the comments coming in. That's pretty cool. So small businesses and entrepreneurs often want to give back, but don't know where to start. So, what's one simple way, in your opinion, that people can start to integrate social impact in their brand or in their business?
Yeah, I think find an inventory of whatever skills and resources you already have, and then offer that to whatever cause or issue you're really passionate about. So, if you're a business that has a space, maybe if it's letting an organization that's related to something you're passionate about use that space for free, that's an easy way to be able to give back. That's going to be able to make a really big difference on, for that nonprofit. As someone who's spent a lot of
Yeah.
my career in the nonprofit world, those small in-kind donations go really, really far. And I think a lot of times businesses think that they can only just help with money or things
Yeah.
like that, but it can be as simple as offering up a space, offering up a shout out on social media, letting someone table in front of your business. All of those little things that we can offer can really help some of these organizations make a bigger
Yeah,
impact.
and I think that's a very good statement, and something to emphasize is that it doesn't have to be a huge lump sum of money for you to be making an impact. Small things lead to bigger things, and like I said, it's that one child that you may have impacted, that is an impact. It's still an impact. So, very good, very good. Um, okay. So we see so many young girls, they look up to you, and I would like to know, what is one piece of advice that you could give a young girl looking up to you and just looking for that confidence boost?
Yeah, this is cliche, but it's truly embrace what makes you different. Like, even though I heard that all the time, I think for the longest time I thought those things that were like made me a little different from other people were kind of just kept me apart. But it was really embracing those that opened up so many opportunities for me, and I found so many passions and interests. So don't shy away from what makes you uniquely you, and don't shy away from your own creativity. Like, have fun with things. If you think something's like fun or cool or interesting, even if you think no one else does, someone else is probably very into it. And like that can be a new hobby, a business, a club, whatever for you.
Yes, yes, absolutely. And in the world we are in right now, not everything is so picture perfect, like, cut, like it doesn't have to be so content, so like, established. You can
Yeah.
just express yourself in any way, and people go viral for like the smallest things. I think it's so interesting now. You like, oh wow, they got viral over their cat or over their whatever, and now
Yeah.
so it's just you yes you do, you just have to kind of find your niche, find like what it is that you really like, and put yourself out there, because again, there are like-minded individuals out there that are like, I love this, I love the same things you do, so that's
Yes,
pretty
there's
cool.
someone for everyone, and there's
There
something for everyone.
is. There is. There is. Okay, we see I have one question here. I see that you're Miss Black DC USA. Are you familiar with Mr. What I don't see what I can't see the whole entire question. If you can just drop that question into the question box for us, please. Thank you. Okay, so legacy is something people often think about later in life, but you're building yours right now. What do you hope people remember most about your reign as Miss Black DC USA?
I hope that people remember that I brought a good positive energy. I think when I show up every day, all I can do is show up as I am, and I can't control how anything else goes but how I react to things. And so I live by the quote, no matter the weather, always bring your own sunshine. And I think that quote sums up what I would like for people to remember my
I
reign as me bringing my
love
own
that.
sunshine.
It's very catchy, but it means a lot. Yes, I love that. Okay, good, cool. All right, so basically, they were saying in this question they asked was, they have a Miss Black USA, and are you affiliated with that, or is it a different? type of affiliation? Do you know anything about that?
Yeah, so we are, so I'm affiliated with the Miss Black USA system, and so the Miss Black DC USA is a preliminary
Okay.
to that.
Okay. Okay.
So I will be competing at Miss Black USA, which is held here in DC annually in August. So I'm very excited for that.
We're all rooting for you. We're all rooting
Thank
for you.
you. Yes, fingers crossed.
Fingers
Countdown is on.
crossed. Everyone put a little finger emoji in the chat right now. Fingers crossed. Okay, so in today's world, people support business that stands for something. How can companies create a brand culture that attracts socially conscious customers and employees?
Hmm. I think that's one of those things about like walk the talk the talk and walk the
Mhm.
walk. I think if you create a brand that attracts socially conscious employees and customers by being a socially conscious brand. Um, and so integrating what does that mean authentically for you? Is that, something when I think socially conscious brands, I think one of the most iconic one is Tom's. For all of us, I feel like they really paved the way of really integrating it as a brand. They are known for their social impact and they kind of go hand in hand. And so
Absolutely.
it doesn't have to be, I feel like that, tightly knit, but finding something that's very authentic to you. Tom's mission is very authentic to them. And so Tom's attracts socially conscious customers because they're a socially conscious brand.
Absolutely. I loved my Toms. I wore them all the time. Like they looked so crazy because I wore them down to the ground. I
Down
absolutely loved them. But yes, so I agree.
Tom's
And
had us all on concrete, just wear them things down.
absolutely. Absolutely. My mom was like, throw them away, get a new pair. And it was just something about that pair for me. But it was nothing like having that first pair. You do still feel like you're making an impact, just supporting that company. So
Yeah, yeah, and I think bringing customers on the journey with you like makes it more enjoyable for everyone.
yep, absolutely. People are saying they're so proud of you in the comments. Everyone's dropping their fingers crossed
Yeah.
for you for your next competition. Okay, so collaboration is key. Have you partnered with any local businesses that you would like to talk about or anything like that?
Yeah, so I'm so lucky that we have some really amazing sponsors here for Miss Black USA. So one of them is Crown Brown Pageantry. It is a former Miss DC USA who is a coach and owner of it, and so she's our amazing coaching sponsor. And so I'm really lucky to have such amazing business support us. Faith by Felicity is another local business here in the DMV who's a great supporter. Halara's Beauty, I'm wearing some of their palettes right now on my eyeshadow. So yeah, so I'm so lucky that we're able to partner and help and build a mutually supportive partnership with so many local DMV brands, and I think that's really one of the most amazing things is having that local impact on businesses.
Absolutely, absolutely. I love makeup. I'm a makeup girl, so I love to dibble and dabble. So I have to get their information from you.
Yes, yes, yeah. This is the glow today is brought to you by them.
Well, shout out to them. So representation matters. How do you use your platform to promote diversity and inclusion?
Yeah, I think um showing people that just because you're not represented there doesn't mean you just don't deserve to be there. I think that's really what it comes down to is I think that's what we want representation because we do deserve to be in all these spaces, and I believe Black women deserve to be in every room at every table on every stage, and that's what I strive to do and achieve every day. But I also want women to know and anyone to know just because you aren't represented there doesn't mean that you don't deserve to be there, doesn't mean you're not qualified to be there, doesn't mean you aren't good enough to be there. It just means that someone who looks like you hasn't been there before and you get the opportunity to be the first.
Exactly. That was very well spoken. I love that. Very love that. Someone said, "What are some of the ills or misconceptions about pageantry?"
I think people have this that's kind of this I'm over here talking about social impact, right? And I part of the reason is people think pageantry is kind of so shallow or it's just about getting on stage and looking pretty, and I enjoy dressing up. We just were talking about the makeup,
Yes.
so I'm not taking away from that. But to me, it truly is an opportunity to serve my community deeper and in a more meaningful and impactful way. The same reasons I decided to start pageantry are the same reasons I was part of a co-ed service fraternity in college. It's the same reasons I joined my sorority. It's because I really want to make a meaningful difference, and this is a way that I have, found that I think I can best do it.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Thank you, everyone. I see all the comments. All the comments. Thank you. Isn't she wonderful? guys. She's just great. So, what's some advice that you would give to some businesses and organizations that wants to be more inclusive and step out there, but just not really sure how to do it, especially in today's climate?
Yeah, I think find like you don't have to reinvent the wheel, and you also don't have to go looking for new problems. I think there are likely small, easy, like we say, miniature fixes that make a big impact right in front of you. So if that's a business, when more inclusive, making sure that maybe there's a room where your employees can breastfeed or pump, if they're like pumping, and that their space is already there, and it's not they've been like relegated to a closet or an extra bathroom or something like that. It can be, is there, what does the access to snacks look like? What does the access to water look like?
Yeah,
I think some of us have worked at jobs where, like, water is hard to come by. A
exactly.
bathroom break is like a struggle. Like, I don't find that
Like,
inclusive.
Lord.
So if your employees can't even get to the bathroom on a regular basis, like, let's
Uh,
start there. Like, there's so
uh.
many small things. Do they have lunch breaks? I find lunch breaks to be inclusive. Um,
Me
but
too. Me too.
like I feel most included at lunch.
Yes,
But I think
absolutely.
truly and honestly, ask the people who you want to impact. So is that your employees? Is that your community? Is the customers? Ask them their honest feedback. There are likely already things you can solve, change, or fix or improve that are going to be smaller undertakings, and fix what's already in front of you. Don't break what's already, don't,
Absolutely.
yeah,
I
don't,
get you.
yeah, I don't know what I was going to say.
I get exactly what you're saying, girl. And I mean, even down to a company that I worked closely with would even do just like a little Dropbox note, anonymous, what can we approve on? What are things that you would like to see? So, if you're a business owner in here and you're looking to figure out ways that you can, switch it up, be a little bit more diversity, maybe that's a way that you can, get your answers,
Yeah.
your questions answered. So, absolutely. Okay, well, this has been an amazing conversation. This
Yes.
30 minutes went by way too quick.
Yes.
I'm like, oh my gosh, we're almost out of time here. But I think everyone would like to know what's next for you, what's upcoming. Is there any events or anything that you would just like to let us know to look out for?
Yeah. Let's see. I stay busy, so the best way to keep up with me is to follow me here at Miss Black, DC USA pageant over here, and you can see all that I'm up to. Upcoming is we have our Mr. DMV pageant, which is
Oh,
like our male
wow.
fundraiser pageant coming up soon. So we are taking contestants. So you can go to my Instagram, and the link is in the bio to apply if you are interested or want more information or want to come check out the show. Um, let's see, Read Across America Day is soon, so I will be very busy, so stay tuned for that. Also, I'm always going around to local schools and youth groups, so if anyone wants me to come to their school or youth group, to reach out. Other things upcoming. That's really, that's the big things. And then, like I said, I'll be competing at Miss Black USA here in DC in August.
And so, if anybody wanted to schedule an appearance with you, like you said, at a school or something like that, the best way is through your Instagram, or is there a better
Yeah, that's
way?
probably the best way,
The best way.
especially since
Okay.
most people are finding me for, if you're watching this live, then you're on Instagram, then yeah, shoot me a message on Instagram and we can talk.
Sounds great. Sounds great. Last but not least, I just want to say this was a great, 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 great interview. I've learned so much about pageantry and just about you. And you're just such a genuine person, we can tell already. And I just want to know, is there someone that you would like to give a special shout out to for supporting you through your journey?
Yeah, so I'm pretty sure my mom is tuning in right now, and obviously my mom is my A1 day
Go,
one.
mom.
I owe all my success to her for supporting me. I would not be the confident woman I am today if she hadn't held my hand, crying over all those years. This was not born confidence. This was worked hard for. And my mom put in a lot of that work for me. So I owe this all to her and to my parents. So that would be my shout out.
Shout out to mom. Yes, I see her in the chat now. Oh, we appreciate you, mom. So once again, we'll open it up for a last minute questions. If anybody has anything, if you don't mind, do you mind? typing your Instagram in the
Yeah.
comments, and I'll go ahead and pin it as well as a separate one. If you guys would go ahead and just follow her, like I said, I'm sure you guys want to keep up with all the things coming up with her. So let's go ahead and do that. And once again, you guys, thank you, thank you, thank you so much for tuning in. We really, this was a great, great session. Hopefully, we can have you back because you're going to win again and you'll have a whole new title. And we're just going to keep rooting for you.
Repeat.
We're
Yeah.
going to keep rooting for you. Yes, absolutely. Absolutely. Let me make sure. I'm just scrolling up to see if I missed any questions here. I think we're. I think I got everything. Let me make sure. I think so. I think I got all of the questions answered. Let's see.
Awesome.
Oh,
Well,
one
thank
more.
you. Oh,
I think one more. I'm sorry. It says, "How can young ladies start their pageant journey?"
yeah.
That's a good one.
Yeah. That's a good question. I would say research, look out like for your local pageants, what area you're in, what's upcoming, and kind of what you can want to focus on. There's different pageants that focus on different things. So if anyone has any like specific questions on what they're looking for, an area or recommendations, tell them they can reach out and I can pass them along to the right person, especially depending on age, because it kind of varies on the spectrum on that as well.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Well, thank you once again, Crystal. We really appreciate you jumping on and just talking to us and give us some chit chat today. We really appreciate that from you. Thank you.
Yes, I appreciate this as well. Thank you so much for having me. This has been so
It
amazing. Thank
was. It
you
was great
all.
fun. Thank you so
Yes.
much. All right. See you later. Thank you, everyone.
Bye.
Okay, guys, so once again, we just wrapped up with Crystal Crowell, Miss Black DC USA. Thank you guys for tuning in. Again, my name is Jaynel, media correspondent for DC Now Events. Please go ahead and follow us if you're not already following us, and stay tuned to all DC upcoming events. See you guys later.